Welcome to the most up-to-date Soul Reaper Shikai tier list, and in this video we're going to go through every single mythic, legendary, rare, and common. So up first we got Snow. If you didn't know, Snow's probably the only thing that makes Soul Reapers probably like anywhere decent, because a lot of the other races have like insane movesets that work on basically every build. Snow is basically the equivalent of that. Like imagine Slash on a round car, this is the go-to Shikai if you want to just turn off your brain and win. So if you didn't know, the Z third step and a lot of these other moves, or basically every single move, has a -50 temperature variant, which is the passive on Snow. So to get Snow passive, the temperature, you just have to land your T move or use your C move when you're under -50 temperature, which will help you get more temperature. And then once you get -50, you can use these variants. But basically, once you're in -50 variant for Snow, your Z becomes a frame 1 counter. That's almost true into Rising and a bunch of other moves. It's honestly kind of stupid. The -50 variant for your X move becomes what's it called? You get Hyper Armor and it goes a lot further and does a lot more damage. Your C move has a chance for this Easter egg. It happens pretty rare. I think it's like 1 in 100 or something like that. But the main part of it is the -50 for C move. You get Hyper Armor and you do like a little forward dash. I don't recommend you use this move because most of the time, even when you hit it, people maintain their like momentum and they'll just get flung out of it, and then you're just sitting there like a clown doing your move on nothing, and then they just punish you. So probably don't want to use this. You mostly want to use this move to get your temperature up so you can use the -50 variant of your tier Z move. So yeah, easily S tier. All right, Kyoka. Kyoka really isn't that good anymore. Like on release, it was crazy. A lot of people like hated it because the clone had insane HP, but that is no longer the case. The clone, the C move, actually has like really nerfed HP. I think it's one shot to basically every single move. If you're playing against a competent player, they'll just use like a crescent relief to get rid of it, or like a time cut if their speed, because it basically is pretty squishy. So yeah, Z move, X move are pretty decent. Really no point in using it. The only case I could see for you wanting to use this is if you're using like S-Armor or Sama, which is like instant, and then your clone can also do it, so you can make some pretty insane combos with it. But other than that, it's very situational. It's really a noob stomper more than anything else, so probably gonna have to put it D tier. Like genuinely, this is worse than a common. Duality. Now Duality is much like Snow, where it's like, it's viable in basically every build because it has so much variety in its builds. You've got all the guard breaks on the Yin moves, which are all the black moves, and then you also have the second moveset of the white moves, the Yang moveset. And all these moves are really good because they combo into each other and apply a lot of pressure. You can use your Z move whenever they're up close. I think X into Z is almost true. They nerfed the windup on a lot of these moves, so it's a little slower, but they do a lot more damage now. Like this C move, they increase how many swords can hit you, so it does more damage. And then the Yang moveset's still pretty broken, because the Z move basically unpunishable if they parry it, so what, you're in the air 30 feet above them. X move is a really good engage, and then the C move is really good. You can do like Eviscerate into C move on Yang, and it's a pretty good combo. But that aside, easily S tier. Goes good with any build, you can use it on whatever. Benihime. Benihime is always going to be good. It's kind of like Snow Duality. It has basically no counterplay, not no counterplay, but you can use it on whatever. It's just really passive, this build, though. You can just, anytime they're doing a move, quickly throw out a Z move. It's equivalent to, like, you know, Slash Z. This is literally what it is, but you have 3 of them and you can spam it, so, yeah. Purple Gigai, frame 1, iframes, really good to escape any combo. Kind of silly, in my opinion. C move, really good. Guard breaks. Even if you parry it, you'll still take damage, because, I don't know, they decided that's a good idea. But, yeah, S tier. Goes good on, really good on Kendo, I think, because if you C move into Crescent, or you can do Crescent into the C move on Kendo, that's a really fun combo, and then, yeah, you could probably use it on whatever, though. Alright, on to our first legendary, Assimilation. If you didn't know, this one has a cool passive where you absorb damage with your Z move, and it empowers your moves. Your ZM1 becomes a Hyper Armor Slash, your ZM2 becomes a Big Beam, your X move and C move both scale off of it. So you want to play for your absorption stacks, and then use that to combo. But what makes this moveset pretty decent is because it has a lot of Hyper Armor and also a bunch of Ragdolls. But unfortunately, it really isn't that good. I don't really see that many use cases. It's really only viable on like maybe 2 builds, which is Hakata Kido or Speed. So if you're gonna use this, run that. But unfortunately, I don't think it's all that good. So probably gonna put it, I'll put it B tier. Honestly, it could be lower, but because of all its Hyper Armor and whatnot, I have to put it at least B tier. All right, Suzanbachi. This one I put S tier last time, but I might have to lower it to an A tier because it does take a little more skill than the other S tiers, and I don't think it's fair to put it up there with Snow, Duality, or Benihime. So this one, just know if you're going to use it, it takes a little more effort to use because it's very situational. Not that like it's hard to use, but you will have to be more in their face and really aggressive to make the best use of it. So your Z move has 2 variants. Your X move and C move both have really good combo potential. If you're on Kendo, you can do Jump Check Sonata, and it's true like most of the time if you have better ping, but I think it's true. You can also do Great Sword crit into X, which is true, into Jump Tech Sonata, so that's another combo you can do. So if you're going to use this, I recommend you use Kendo or Hakuda, because Hakuda is now up close and on the ground. But yeah, I'm probably going to put A tier. Yep. Alright, Theater. This used to be one of the most broken Shikais because it kept getting buffed and buffed and buffed. But thankfully that is no longer the case because the C move used to have like a second of True Stun, which made it true into Unseen into Fast Fang, which was a bar combo. And because that has a relatively low CD, I think for a counter, you could just do that. But the main point of this Shikai is you abuse the counter to get true combos off Rising Swallow or Floating Strikes depending on what build you are. But yeah, also your Z and X moves are both unblockable and uncounterable, so it's kind of crazy. But the main way to use it is you have to wait till they flash up so it's easier to land, because if you don't wait for their flash up, they'll just be able to easily avoid it, or if they dodge to the left or right. But most people don't know how to dodge these. If you throw it out, they'll probably get hit by it if you just wait for their flash up, so yeah. While I can't put it in S tier, I'm probably going to have to put it A tier because the counter is really easy to just sit back, play passive, and just do your Rising Swallow or Floating Strikes combo off the counter that has no startup, so yeah, A tier for now. Alright, Flower. Flower really isn't that good anymore, I don't think. Like, it's like Susanbachi. It's situational. Like, if you're really good at it, it can be amazing, but they removed a lot of the things that made it broken. You used to be able to true combo off this Blossom. I think you can't true combo off it anymore, because you used to be able to do Z into Sonata, and then the things would come back and hit them for free damage. But I don't think you can move stack with that anymore, so that's a big nerf to it. The X move, I don't think this one guard breaks, but it throws them away. It's a really good combo ender, I guess. And then your C move, free damage, no hit stun, but it does just, you can use it whenever. It's free posture damage as well. And I think if they block, it might proc Flash Tension, but I might be mistaken. So you can use this on, I think I recommend Kendo or probably Speed. You might even be able to use it on like the new Hakuda, because Hakuda is also on ground as well. But I'd probably recommend Kendo for this one, because, yeah, Kendo. Honestly, I'm probably going to put Flower B tier like Assimilation. Like, you can be really good with it, but it's not as broken as other things. Honestly, I might even put Susanbachi down, because it's not on par with, like, Theater. Like, Theater will probably beat Susanbachi most of the time, because it can rely on its true combos, but Susanbachi does need a little bit of skill to be good. And even if you are using it, it'll still get overshadowed by probably any of the S or A tiers, so that's why I'm moving down Susanbachi. But yeah, Flower's probably definitely a good, solid B tier. All of these are really good. You can maybe make them A tier depending on how well you play them. But yeah. Alright, onto my personal favorite Shikai, Ice. This is really good on Speed or Kendo, and it's got a lot of versatility. If you're using Kendo, I recommend use Murasama because the Z move and X move both have true combos with it. If you land your Z move, you can do immediately your Murasama crit because it's basically instant and it will be true. And because they also buffed the Murasama damage to I think 8 or 10%, it's free damage right there. You can also use it off the X move. You can hold it down to make it go faster, and if you do end up freezing them, you can do your Murasama crit. And if they do end up blocking it, you can just do your Murasama crit anyways, because it's instant, so you'll guard break them and get free damage. So it's basically kind of unpunishable when you use it like that. Just hope they don't have a counter, I guess, when you use your X move. But yeah. Speaking of counters, Murasama also has true combos on your C move. You can do Murasama crit immediately after your C move while they're ragdolled, and you'll most of the time hit them with your Murasama crit because it's so instant. Depending on how far they get flung, the running variant will, or depending on how far they are from you, you might want to use the unsheathed version, which is the one that has a little run before it, and then it does the crit, so you can go a little further. But if they're up close and you counter them, just do the sheathed one, and it'll just be true, guaranteed, because it's so close and fast. And it's got really long range on the crit for the Murasama, so yeah. Ice, definitely. Probably going to be S tier. It's really good. You can use it on anything, so yeah. Okay, so Blood. Blood is always going to have a place in this game, I think, because it's got pretty good combos. Your Z move, your second proc of it will ragdoll them, so you can do like a true Rising Swallow or Floating Strikes, depending on how close you are. Or you can just do that into like a Sonata Flow or like a Fast Fang, because they're ragdolled. Think of it like Theater C level of stun. That's basically what it is. It allows for true combos with a lot of moves, so abuse that while you can. Your X move has pretty good pull-in range, even if you're like back here on pulling you in. I don't know why. It goes a little further than you would think it would. So you can abuse that. Your C move is also, I think, frame 1, or almost frame 1, because you can literally use it like mid getting like M1'd, and you'll just get out of it because of how fast the move is. It's got pretty decent damage, pretty decent posture, you can chase with it. So yeah. Also it has a passive where you end up healing yourself, depending on like all the moves you hit, so you can abuse that. So I'm definitely going to put that A tier with the Theater. Just because of that ZM2, it's just free combos. Ink. Ink's always going to be good. I think it's really nice to use because you have this Inked passive, which ends up slowing them and also reduces their damage dealt to you. Then also you've got another passive, which if you land your X nameless, it'll disable half their moveset. And if you hit the second slash when it comes back, right there, you'll disable their entire moveset for like, I think 8 seconds, which is a really long time. So basically, you can just go at them for 8 seconds and they really have nothing else to do besides like parry and run. So yeah, be really aggressive with that. The common combos I see most people do is like the C move into the X move or C move into Z move, Z guard breaks, which is really nice. And yeah. It's just really good. You can use it on speed, kendo. I think it's really good on Hakuda, honestly, because now that Hakuda is up close and has a lot of guard breaks, you can just use your X move whenever after a guard break, and then you can just go to town on them. So easily A tier. Honestly, should I put it S tier? Honestly, I'm gonna put it S tier just because of that move disable. If you get hit with that moveset disable, you basically can't really do much. There's really no counterplay to that. All right, Ashe. This is one of the new movesets, and unfortunately, it doesn't have any. I don't think it has any guard breaks. This is Z1 actually might guard break though, but it's really good. It's got stupid passive where it blinds you, but also all the moves slow you and make you like, they got a crazy stun. Even if you do end up parrying them, they don't cancel. Like I know this X move, even if you parry it, you'll have to parry the whole duration of it. So most people think they'll parry it and then it's gonna cancel. It won't, so they get hit by it anyways. So it's kind of stupid on that part. C move as well, broken. If you're gonna use this, I recommend you abuse the Hakuda combos with it, or you can use it on it's probably still really good on speed. Yeah, Ashe speed and Ashe Hakuda are probably the best builds you can go with it. But yeah, definitely S tier right now. I think it does need a nerf. I don't know why they decided they should give a move this much stun. And I think even on Kido, there's a which move is it? I think it's the C move is true into Ren Raikkoho, I think, at the end when it ragdolls there. Or I might be bad, but because of the stun, they can't really move, so they'll be forced to parry that, if anything. So definitely S tier. Alright, Confusion. It did get reworked to be slightly more viable, but I still don't think it's really that good. Your C move, Inverted World, got changed, so it no longer messes with your keybinds, but it still does make you upside down. But if you're playing against a competent player, they'll just turn around and block, because that is how you block this move. But yeah, if you're also against someone competent, they'll just block or move out of the way. They'll just parry because your keybinds don't get messed up. So yeah. I mean, it's decent. You got the X move as well to counter. It's a frame 1 counter, and every time you counter, you get it back. So if you are a perfect player, you could have fun with this, but it's really not that good because it doesn't have that much viable like damage moves. All you do have is like a really good counter and an okay C move. C move is alright as well. I mean, if you're in ranked, you can just see the marker above them or just look at the particles and you know which one's the real person. So for that reason, I'm probably gonna have to put it like C tier. I don't think it's that good. Confusion. Alright, Shinso. Shinso on release, people thought was really cool looking, but in practice, it's not that good because they got really flashy moves, but it's not good at anything really. The counter's alright. The C slash makes your M1 slightly faster, or actually really fast actually. I don't know why I'm downplaying that. But other than that, like the counter and like the super fast M1s, it doesn't really have much to make it good on any moveset. I mean, it's really good on, I guess you could use it on speed, because I think your counter or the C move into Fast Fang might be true if you have Visored, but I doubt it. So yeah, probably going to put it C tier as well with Confusion. Alright, Zangetsu. Zangetsu is always going to be good, I think. It's pretty decent on basically anything. You could use it on Hakuda, I think, or speed. It's really annoying to play against a speed Zangetsu user because they have a lot of hyper armor, a lot of guard breaks, a really fast X move. They buffed it, and yeah. So yeah, nothing much to say about it. It's really good. Probably gonna put it. Should put it A tier. Might put it A tier just because of all the hyper armor and guard breaks it has. Because I think every single move guard breaks. C move guard breaks. C move guard breaks. X move guard breaks. So yeah, I'm probably gonna put A tier just for that. All right, Judgment. Judgment used to have some passives. I think all of them are broken right now. They also nerfed the damage. Like Judgment really didn't have much going for it, and then they just put it even further down by nerfing the damage. So if you see someone on Judgment, they're probably really good at Judgment. But if you do see someone on Judgment, most of the time they're just really bad and don't know that Judgment's useless and that every other moveset is better than it. So probably gonna put it C tier. Sure, you can be good at it and be really, or know how to use it, but I don't think it's worth all that effort for something that's a mediocre Shikai. Alright, Fire. Fire doesn't really have much going for it. I'm not saying it's bad, but it's just a really good Shikai. It's overall pretty decent. Like, if you learn to use it, you can go crazy with it. The Z move is pretty unpunishable because most people don't know how to parry it, and it's really fast, so you can just use it whenever, go surprise somebody with it as you're engaged, and then you can combo off that. And I think it guard breaks at the end, I might be wrong. The X move I do know guard breaks, and so does the C move, I think. So, you can use this really good on Hakuda, Kendo, and Speed. But nothing too special about it, of course, so if you roll it, it's alright. It's actually pretty decent in my opinion. I'm gonna put it B tier. Like all these other B tiers, it does take a little bit of skill to make them amazing, but if you do master them, they could become an A tier. Alright, Water. Water is one of my favorites. It's kind of Actually, I think it got nerfed like crazy. I don't think I can say it's... I used to put it A tier before because you could be really good with it and had some, not true combos, but some fun combos you could do with it. They nerfed the geyser range to, I think, be really close. You used to be able to do it like from some absurd distance like back here, and it was true into unseen, so that was what most people did. If you're going to use water, you use speed. But I think they also nerfed the Z move. It's 360 blockable now, so you can't just cheese somebody by going behind them and having the AoE hit them, so really isn't too good anymore. I'm probably going to have to put it... I'm honestly going to put it C tier. It really isn't all that anymore. They sealed it by making the geyser have less range and nerfing the Z move. Alright, Berserk. This is really more of a noob stomper Shikai, because they think it's broken because it has so much hyper armor, guard breaks, and it does a lot of damage because the lower health you get, they get empowered and do more, they get the AoE buffed, and also they get hyper armor once you get a little lower. But it's honestly not too bad to play against. If you know that the Z move doesn't guard break, you'll just block it. Because it doesn't do full guard break anymore, it does like 80% posture. The X move and C move do guard break though, so don't block those, just dodge out of the way. Most people, you won't really see it above like, say like 400, 500 elo. It just isn't that good. Like, it seems broken because it has all this hyper armor, but most of the time you can just parry it or get out of the way because they have so much wind up, so nothing too special. Probably gonna put it C tier. Probably gonna, yeah, C tier. I think that's fair. Alright, wait. Weight used to be broken on release because it had like, I forgot which move it is. I think it's the C move. This one used to be huge and go super fast and like guard break as well. But I don't think that's the case anymore. They nerfed one of these moves, but weight really, it's a decent Shikai. It's definitely on par with like water, fire. It's overall decent on basically every moveset. You can use speed, kendo, I think probably Hakuda maybe. But I think it's more speed or kendo Shikai, so definitely gonna probably put it B tier. It's actually pretty decent. Better than the other ones, I think. Alright, Poison. This one is really... Sorry, I punched my mic there. But this one's really underrated. For a good reason, actually. It's only really viable if you use like Greatsword, because you can do Greatsword crit into C or Greatsword into Z move. And it's true most of the time. But yeah, it's a surprising damage. It's got really cool combos. I'd recommend you use it on speed, because when you do the blink, you could do like a fast fang immediately after, and because they can't see you, most of the time they'll get hit by it. But yeah, probably not the best. Honestly, I'll put it D tier. Honestly, Poison ain't all that. I'll put it C tier, actually. I'll be nice. Alright, Wind. Wind is honestly alright. I mean, they removed a lot of the true combos with it. I think you can't do Wind Prison into Unseen Blade anymore, or like is it Flash Fang? So there's really no point in using this. If you're going to use it, I recommend speed. But really, it doesn't have anything too special going for it. The Z move doesn't guard break anymore, but if you do have the accessory for it, it will guard break. But yeah, probably going to put it C tier. There's really no point to use Wind anymore. Alright, Creation. Creation is an insane moveset. It's a really high skill cap though as well. If you don't know how to use it, it probably won't be the best thing because it's kind of hard to use. ZM1 has frame 1 hyper armor. You can't... Oh, it's actually... No, you can use this against Hakuda as well now, because Hakuda, when it was up tilted, when you were up tilted, you couldn't do the ZM1. But now that Hakuda's on the ground, you can use ZM1 to escape any Hakuda combo because it has frame 1 hyper armor. ZM2 throws out a bunch of swords, and the X move is this. You can move stack with... Not move stack, but make true combos with your ZM2 and the X move. Like you do X move into Sonata, or like X move into Fast Fang. You do ZM2 into Bisection, ZM2 into Rising Swallow, ZM2 into Fast Fang 2 even. The C move doesn't guard break anymore, but if you have really good aim, you can start a bunch of combos with it. So the common combo you'll see most people abuse is the C move. Once you stun them, ZM2 into Bisection, or if they're close, C move into ZM2 into Rising Swallow. And that's all true. That's like a bar combo right there. So really good. I'm gonna put it A tier, but know that when you're gonna use this, it's gonna have you have to be really good at landing the combos, or I don't know. It just takes a lot more skill than people would expect from a common. So yeah, definitely up there. All right, Lightning. Lightning used to be really broken. If you're gonna use it, I recommend you use it with speed, because you can do Z into floating into Fast Fang. That's not true, but most of the time it'll land against people who don't know how to play. X move is like Storm, it's your fast move. You can use it to cancel a lot of moves. Your C move, I think guard breaks any... I don't know. I think it's a true guard break now, the C move. So you can use that whenever. It's really kind of unpunishable. Most people don't know how to parry it, so use that. But yeah, definitely B tier. Fortunately not A tier, because I don't know. I don't think speed's that good anymore. It's really overshadowed. So yeah, that's why I'm putting Lightning a little lower. Alright, Shadow. Shadow is insane on Hakuda. If you don't know, there's some pretty crazy combos with it. I'm not gonna go too in depth into them, but you can do like a true Ito Kaso off of Tendrils. It's kind of stupid. They removed a lot of the SR Keto, like, what's it called, combos, but it's still pretty decent if you know how to use it. But yeah, nothing too special again. Most of the commons, unfortunately, aren't too good. It's not like a Ronco where you can use a common and be good, like on Slash or Storm. Like, there's really not much variety. If you're going to use anything, just use an S or A tier, and you'll probably win. So that's probably going to end it. It's kind of a fast video. Just wanted to make one for you guys because Type Soul just re-released, so enjoy.